Everyone, it's John here with the Option Lab. I hope you all had a green day. If you're not yet part of our private community, the Option Lab, you can join us via the link in the description below. We have a free 3-day trial. In this video, we're going to be covering credit spread basics. This is one of my favorite strategies. It's high probability, it's very small account friendly, and it's limited risk, limited reward. So let's just hop into the when and the why. I'm not going to make this video too long because there's a ton of free comprehensive reviews of this strategy on YouTube that you can find for free, so we're just going to bang through this and make it as easy as possible. First, when's the best time to trade credit spreads? In high implied volatility conditions, because when IV or implied volatility is high, premiums are more expensive, and when something is more expensive, you'd rather be the one selling it than the one buying it. Next, they're small account friendly. Third, they're limited risk, limited reward. And lastly, if you're something you might not be used to, if you're just trading normal calls and puts, we can make money in 3 directions, which is a beautiful thing. Okay, types of credit spreads. We have 2 different types, the bull put spread, which is bullish, and the bear call spread, which is bearish. Now, you might be asking yourself, you see the word put and you see the word bullish, and that might be something you are not very used to. And that's because if you're buying a put, that's a bearish position, but if you're selling a put, that's actually a bullish position. Similarly, in the bear call spread, if you buy a call, that's a bullish position, but if you sell a call, that's a bearish position. And since we are always net sellers when we're trading credit spreads, these kind of work inversely. So let's just move on to the bull put spread. This looks a little confusing. I took this screenshot from Project Option. I could link his video below. He has good graphs, but I figured this kind of is a nice representation to go over it. So, let's just start with the top half of this graph. So we see here, it's the 640, 700 bull put spread. Now, he sold the 700 strike put. So for selling that 700 strike put, he received a credit. And then he bought the 640 put. So as you can see here, the short put, which is the 700, and the long put, which is the 640. So for selling that 700 short put, he received a premium or a credit, and that credit is larger than the debit that he paid for buying the 640 put. So since the credit is bigger than the debit, that makes it into a credit spread. So how do we make money? So you want to look at the short put, and to make max profit or to keep the credit that you receive for opening this trade, you collect max profit if the stock stays above your short put strike, because both of these legs will expire out of the money or worthless, and you just keep the credit that you receive for opening the trade. Max loss then would be realized if the stock went below both of your strikes, where they both expire in the money, and then you'd realize the full loss. So let's just track the progress of this and compare it with this graph on the bottom. So as you can see here, this is the stock price, this gray line, and while it's staying above our short put strike, you can see here we are in the green, and then as it dips below towards our break even, we're in the red. And then here you could see, okay, it's trading above our break even and we are in the green. Now keep in mind, since we're trading credit spreads and we're net sellers, theta is working in our favor. So as expiration nears, that time decay is going to work in our favor, and that's what's going to reflect on our P&L, is as time decay works in our favor, our P&L is going to increase. So that's the bull put spread. We want it to stay above our short put, and we want it to expire above both of our legs if we want to realize max gain. Next, we have the bear call spread. So as you can see here, it's the 142, 145 short call vertical spread, which is just the same thing as the bear call spread. Now, as you can see here, we have the stock price. Now, just like in the bull put spread where we wanted the stock to stay above our short put, in the bear call spread, we want it to stay below our short call strike. So here we want it to stay above, here we want it to stay below. So think of this as kind of like a ceiling where you don't want the stock price to go above your short call. Now, this is a credit spread as well, because since this is closer to the money, the credit you receive is bigger than the debit that you pay for your long call strike. So that's what turns it into a credit spread. Now, how do we make money here? We want the stock to end below our short call strike. And as you can see here, when it's below, we're in the green, and then as it goes above where we don't want it, we're in the red. So That's the basics of those. Now we can actually hop into ThinkSwim, and I drew up an example here on ticker RKT. So as you can see here, these purple trend lines are just basic support and resistance that I've identified. Now let's first go over the bull put spread. As you can see here, I drew up just a 19-18 bull put spread. And as you can see here, we would be selling the 19 put and then buying the further out of the money 18. We're selling the 19 put, buying the 18 put. Now, since this credit we would receive is bigger than this debit, it turns into a credit spread. Now, remember the profit graph where to realize max gain here, we want this stock to end above this short strike. So it could go down to here, it could go all the way up here, and we would still be in the green. So if we drop the profit range here, we could just insert a drawing. And so basically anything in this range, in this green box, would be profit, because our only criteria here is that both of these expire out of the money. And for that to happen, we just need it to stay above our short put strike. So that's pretty easy to understand. As long as it stays above here, we collect our premium. Now, remember earlier I said we can make money in 3 directions, and this stock could go down, it could go all the way up here, and we still make money. It could trade sideways, etc. So you could see the benefits there versus if you just played puts or calls, you'd have to have it move in the direction that you're favoring. So next, let's go to the bear call spread. So that was the bull put. So here we have the bear call spread. This is a bearish position because we want the stock to stay below our short call strike. Now, if we sell the 24 and buy the 25, the credit we receive here is bigger than the debit that we pay here, so that's what turns it into a credit spread. Now, our range for profit here, since we want it to stay below, if we want to realize max gain, we just need to have the stock price end below our short call strike. So let's add a drawing here. And yeah, so this would be the range here where we would realize max gain, since the only criteria we need here to collect that premium is that both our call strikes expire out of the money, and that can happen as long as this stock just stays below 24. Now you could see it could move sideways, up, down, and we can make money in all 3 directions. Okay, so let me just remove this. Now what happens how can we take a loss here? Well, the loss would be here if we played the bull put spread and it fell below both of our strikes. We would realize the max loss of this spread, which would still be limited. And on the bear call spread, our loss would be realized anywhere in this range that above our 2 strikes. So the premise here is for a bull put spread, you just want it to stay above your short strike, and for the bear call spread, you want it to stay below your short strike. And you realize max gain for that spread. If it's max loss, it's anywhere above here for the bear call and anywhere below here for the bull put. So I talked really fast there. Like I said, I hope you understood that. I'll make a more comprehensive video later in the future, but if you want to join us, we alert these trades all the time. Click the link in the description below. Free 3-day trial, and feel free to DM me on Discord if you have any questions. All right, peace.